Hirafus folhaalavva. Hirafus folhaalavva. Hirafus folhaalavva.
ಅಸ್ಸಲಾಮು ಅಲೈಕುಂ. ದಿವೆರಾಜ್ಯ ಗಡುಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆಹಾಯ ಕೊರಿನಂ ಉಫಾವರಿ ವಕ್ತ್ ಕೊಳಕೆದಮುಂ ತಿವೆಫುನಾಮಿ ಬದ್ದಕುರನಿ ಅಳ್ಗೊಂಡ್ ರಾಜಿ ಮೀ ರೇಡಿಯೋಗೆ ಮಾಜಿಗೆ ಹಂದಾಂ ಆಕೊಲ್ಲುಂ ವಕ್ತ್ ಕೊಳು ದಿವೆಹಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಗ ಅಡುಗೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಯಕ್ಕಿ ದಿವೆಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಮಿಲ್ಲ ಮಸಕ್ಕೆ ತೆರಿಕಮ ದಿವೆಹಿಂಗೆ ಉಫೆದ್ದುನ್ ತೆರಿಕಮ್ಗೆ ವರ ಖಾಸ ಖಜಾನಾಯ್ ದಿವೆಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಜಿಯಾ ಗುಳಿಫಾವಾ ಇತ್ತಂ ಉಫೆದ್ದುಮೆ ಮಿ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಗೆ ಮನಿ ರಕ್ಕಾ ಕುರಿಫ ಅಳ್ಗೊಂಡ್ ಮಿಂಗೆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಗೆ ಹುರಿ ಉಫೆದ್ದುನ್ ತಹುಗೆ ತೆರೆಂಗ್ ಮಿಹಫ್ತಾಗ ಅಳ್ಗೊಂಡ್ ಮಿಹೋವಿ ಉಫೆದ್ದುಮಕಿ ಖಾಸಕೊಂ ಇಂಗ್ರೇಸ್ ಬಹ ಲೋಬ್ ಕುರವಾ ಫರಾತ್ತಕ ವರ ಕಮದಾನೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮೆ ಆದ ಮಿ ಗೆನಸ್ತೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮಕಿ ದಿವೆಹಿ ರಾಜ್ಯಗಡ ಸೌವಿಸ್ ಅಹರ್ ಫುರುಮ್ಗೆ ಮುನಾಸಿಬತುಗ ಗೆನಸ್ತಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮೆ ඒ නවාස්තේ කඩ්ඩිය හවන අහරුගේ ඩිසෙම්බර් මහුගේ 29 වන දුහ ගෙනස්තින් ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් අද ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් මුෆද්දවා ෆවනි අල්ෆාලිල් මුහම්මද් ෂෆීග් දිවෙහි රාජ්‍ය ගඩුගේ තාරිඛුන් සෞවි සහරු අඩසාලව
Good evening listeners, this is Voice of Maldives. We are broadcasting from Male on 1458 kHz in the 200 meter band. Voice of Maldives presents 23 years of broadcasting. It has been 23 years since regular broadcasting was started in the Maldives, using the Dolphin 3 radio telephone set operated at the Department of Home Affairs. Today, 23 years later, Voice of Maldives broadcasts using two 5 kilowatt transmitters. 23 years ago, radio programs barely reached Male and a few islands close by. Today, the whole Maldivian nation enjoys the pleasures of radio broadcasts. "24 years ago, on 4th October 1961, the local daily Dhivehi published an interesting press release issued by the Department of Home Affairs. Notice was given that between 8 and 8:15 p.m. that day, if anyone were to hear on 16 megacycles over their radio a voice saying, "This is Dhivehi Raajjeyge radio," to inform the department of the reception by 1:30 the next day. That night, the eager and alerted people waited at their radio sets.
Male radio testing, Male radio testing, Male radio testing. Wazarat Dakhiliya Male. Mire mi govi goung, ivunu komme mihak, ivunu meter ka govi etche, madama Wazarat Dakhiliya bandum ge kuri, me wazaraya ingeung edeme.
Letters poured in the next day. The department was happy that their trial was successful. Some listeners had sent in letters indicating that they had the transmissions on 60 and 120 meter bands. After several trial and error attempts, on 29th December 1962, regular broadcasting was started, and at 2 p.m., in a newscast that lasted only for 4 minutes and 2 seconds, the people were told that a British naval vessel had entered Male harbour without prior permission, and of a hockey tournament which had just ended, and that people could use foreign exchange when travelling abroad for medical purposes.
Me Male radioin Dhivehi Rajya broadcast kurani. Mihar Male gadin dejihi. Rajya bihe bay khabar. Dawlatuge wazara ge elan. Ye Rajyege Wazir Azam Kolumbuga. المفروض هناني فدان أقول من وزير الأعظم سعودال الفاضل إبراهيم ناصر.
These news and announcements were broadcast daily on Dolphin 3 using a 12-volt battery. The second day's programs lasted for 26 minutes and 6 seconds. That day, there was a newscast in the English language for the first time.
This is Radio Malay calling Maldives. Home news. Here are the headlines. Fishing in the Maldive Islands. The atoll trade centers in Malay. 4 major government-shared companies football match on New Year Day. Fire guts down a kitchen in...
The program was produced by Director Mr. Ibrahim Rashid and Deputy Director Mr. Noon Taha Sandibi of the Department of Home Affairs. On 3rd January 1963, the 6th day of broadcasting, the then Attorney General Mr. Ibrahim Shihab addressed the nation. This was the first speech broadcast. On 4th January 1963, the first song was broadcast. This was sung by the world-renowned Hindi singer, the late Muhammad Rafi. The first song went like this.
तेरी प्यारी प्यारी सूरत को किसी की नजर ना लगे चश्मे बद्दू तेरी प्यारी प्यारी सूरत को किसी की नजर ना लगे चश्मे बद्दू.
The next day, on 5th January 1963, the first Dhivehi song sung by Masood Ibrahim Khalil was broadcast. Incidentally, this was the first Maldivian song recorded on a gramophone. The same day, comments of daily papers such as Vyafarimiyadu, Fathis and Morning Post were broadcast in addition to the news and announcements.
Sarkar ke news Vyafarimiyadu ke editorial ga samal kan difawani dad fahun jihi ki kodakudin ke marai behegotong hinga fawa dehad saya kodakudin ke belenwering ke masuliyat furihamayang ada kurmang iltimas ko.
In late January 1963, during the month of Ramadan, daily religious programs were broadcast. These programs started at 5:45 p.m. and ended just before sunset and resumed at 9 p.m.
Rodeg Hunairu, Egud Kawis, Koggen Wani Kantak, Edu of Dene Fadaing, Kirit Kurwanun Dakwafa Wani, Ei Keuma, Buima, Jinsi Benun Tafudum.
The first live commentary was broadcast on 3rd February 1963. This was done with a makeshift device adopted by tying the telephone receiver at the Home Affairs Department to the radio telephone set and the commentator speaking through the telephone at the venue of the tournament. Sometimes these commentaries were recorded and broadcast later.
اسمع شريف التير سليم الصول سويس بدل وجه سليم سويس كرني سليم
To celebrate 100 days of broadcasting, a special program was drawn up. For the first time, a station identification tune was used. This was based on the traditional musical call heralding important announcements by the Sultan. To celebrate the day, Mr. Ibrahim Shihab addressed the nation over the radio.
مدنوي خدا تهذيبي ادي ربه يورتك ترين دنيا ام بڑا مهار الترحيب ده كمكي اكي غرغتون ميهن تعليم دينو اجي ام خاصه وسيله كمغا دنيا هدافواني.
The most interesting addition was the first radio drama to be broadcast. It was titled Kiyamantiri Jinsul Latif, which translated means The Obedient Lady. The drama was recorded at the Home Affairs Department. As programs improved content-wise, the broadcasters were confronted with the problem of extending the duration of the service. With the 12-volt battery, it was impossible to broadcast for more than an hour. The people instrumental were racking their brains to overcome this difficulty. Finally, they had a break. It is interesting and quite amusing to know how they operated a service of longer duration. The radio telephone set was placed on a table and 3 12-volt batteries were kept under it. It is said that the Deputy Director of the Home Affairs Department had a big job to do, crouching under the table for more than an hour, connecting the battery wires from one to the other quite efficiently without interrupting the transmissions. Thanks to him, the listeners enjoyed an interesting program, sitting by their radio sets comfortably. The next important milestone on the road to progress of the broadcasting services in the Maldives was the transmission done on another beam almost after 1 year and 2 months of operation. This transmission was started at the present Thimuge, then Atirimafanuge, and on the first day it was received only a few yards away, quite faintly, at the Bandaramiski in Male.
Hello testing, hello testing, hello testing, hello testing. Ekide tinin hataret fahin hayin hatin asin nuai sume nuai asin hatin hay fahin hataret tine deng eke. Hello testing, hello testing, hello testing, hello testing.
The broadcasters were elated. They improved their equipment and continued their work so that within a few days they were able to serve the Malay population and a few islands close by. These transmissions continued without a definite name, but served the people with a variety of programs. That was one of the songs broadcast. 14 days after the Thimuge transmission started, Malay Radio announced after its daily newsreel that it was the last day of broadcasts on the station and a new transmission would start at 7 p.m. that night on a different frequency line.
Me Malay Radio. Admiyadaki ahara demahin hadwaswanding tibefulna tafat program to ke fonwadin mafahu Malay Radio hayatu emme fahudwas. Admiyadu mi program akiga tibefulna Malay Radio ege umru hamako abadattaka albada nawafa nimigandani. Fursatga radio se faraputaka war khas shukr danomu.
So, on Friday, 12th March 1964, the new service named Malay Sinako Radio was started by Malay Cinema Corporation. The new service started with a Quran recital by Mr. Muhammad